If you feel there is something different in the atmosphere of your home, keep reading. Maybe the explanation is here. Signs, evidence, presences that cannot be seen but can be felt. Some homes carry a weight in the air, a silence that is not emptiness, but filled with something spiritual. And perhaps without realizing it, the reason for this is you. Some people live under the same roof, but only a few activate something deep, invisible, eternal. When a chosen one lives in a place, the environment responds. Have you ever smelled a sudden scent that no one else noticed? A subtle, almost ethereal aroma of flowers, wet earth, incense, or something you can't even name. Nothing was lit, nothing sprayed, but still that inexplicable perfume appeared. This is not imagination. It is a sign. In moments of prayer, after sincere tears or deep decisions, this smell arises as a spiritual mark. An invisible touch, a real presence. And the animals? They don't lie, they don't pretend. They feel. When you are immersed in deep thoughts, crying silently, or just at peace, your cat or dog approaches as if they know exactly what you need. They stay by your side, attentive, protective. Sometimes they fix their gaze on spots you don't see, but that make your whole body realize something else is there. They sense changes, warn without words. If they have changed behavior, if they are more sensitive, closer, it's because they recognized. A chosen one dwells here. Many ignore these signs. They think it's routine, neediness, or imagination. But those with spiritual sensitivity know there is much more. The smell that comes from nowhere. The animal that protects without being trained. The air that changes, that feels heavy, that seems to breathe with you. This is no coincidence. Now think. Has your home shown these signs? Do you feel something more is happening even if no one else sees it? Know that all this may be confirmation. You are not just living in a physical space. You are activating something invisible, spiritual, powerful. It's not about perfection but presence. When a chosen one awakens, everything around changes. Even the air breathes differently. If you've come this far, maybe it's not just to read but to recognize that this message is for you. You are not reading this by chance. Your home is not ordinary. And maybe, just maybe, neither are you. Do you really believe everything around you is normal? Pay attention to the signs. They are appearing more and more often. If you've noticed small changes in the environment, subtle presences or movements that can't be logically explained, it's time to understand. Your home may have been chosen. And maybe so have you. Nature doesn't lie. When a chosen one spiritually awakens, everything around starts to respond. Not loudly, but with delicacy, precision, and constancy. And one of the first signs comes from the sky. Literally. Winged creatures like birds and moths begin to approach without clear reason. They appear exactly when you think deeply, as if bringing a silent answer. A moth that enters your living room and rests on the door. A hummingbird that never appeared before, but shows up right after a sincere prayer. A dove that insists on staying near your window day after day. It's not coincidence. It's a direct connection between the spiritual and natural. They are subtle messengers, signaling that heaven has recognized this place. That something has been activated here. And the plants? Some people have never managed to keep one alive inside the house until now. Suddenly, that forgotten plant starts to bloom. The dry cactus sprouts. The flower blooms out of season. It's not about climate, technique, or luck. The environment has changed. The energy of the place has been touched, and everything that carries life begins to respond. Plants absorb the atmosphere, and when there is healing, prayer, and purpose, they respond with abundant life. Even without excessive care, they grow, shine, prosper. Maybe you haven't even noticed, but the plant in the corner of the room is greener than ever. Or it bloomed on its own, as if wanting to tell you, something has changed here. It's more than botany. It's a sign that this house is now fertile ground for greater things. The Bible is full of such references. Trees by rivers, seeds sprouting in good soil, leaves turning green again as a fulfilled promise. And then comes the light. You are alone, thinking silently, and the lamp flickers. You are in prayer and suddenly the light seems to respond. An unexpected glow, a flicker without explanation. It's energetic sensitivity. In places where there is spiritual depth, where there is an awakened heart, even electricity notices. It's not magic nor superstition. It's presence. The light does not behave as usual. It turns on at the exact moment you say something important, or it goes off when you need to reflect. It's not fear, it's spiritual movement. The energy of the house is alive, active, and responds to the vibration of those who live there. If this has happened to you, don't ignore it. It's another sign. These phenomena, birds that appear, plants that revive, lights that react, may seem small, but they carry a powerful confirmation. This place has been touched, and those who live in it are in a process of spiritual activation. You are not just living in an ordinary house. Something greater is happening. And if these things are happening around you, it's time to stop doubting. Yes, you have been recognized. And this house is no longer just an address. It is marked territory, the dwelling of a chosen one. If you have noticed that the lights in your home flicker during moments of prayer, that objects move without explanation, that an unusual peace has taken over the environment, then stop doubting. This is not coincidence. It is spiritual. It is a sign. And it is for you. Have you noticed this? You think of someone who has passed, pray silently, and at that very moment, a lamp flickers, a light vibrates, a small spark appears. Then everything returns to normal. It doesn't happen all the time. It only happens when something inside you truly moves. When the heart opens, when the soul speaks louder. The light responds because your home feels it too. The Bible has always treated light as a symbol of revelation. Jesus said, "I am the light of the world." And he also stated, "You are the light." So why would it be strange that the light around you shines differently when your inner light awakens? This is spiritual sensitivity. And when the house begins to react, there is no more doubt. Something sacred is manifesting there. And it doesn't stop there. Objects move. A vase vibrates. A door closes by itself. A picture frame tilts. Candle goes out. And you feel that slight, gentle shiver, as if an invisible presence crossed the room. You try to rationalize, but deep down, you know, it's not coincidence. It's activation. The energy of your awakened soul touches the space. Touches matter. Because everything that exists responds to the presence of someone who vibrates differently. The prophets knew this. The sacred objects in the Bible knew this. Everything touched by the divine responded. So, if objects move, if doors creak at the same time every day, if something falls exactly at the moment a strong thought crosses your mind, understand this. Your home has been marked. Someone who carries something invisible but palpable lives there. And the final sign is the most sublime of all. Peace. There are houses you enter and immediately feel. The air is lighter. The body relaxes. The heart slows down. The mind silences. And no one even needs to say, "It feels different here." It's the environment that embraces you. It's the space that recognizes you. And none of this comes from decoration, cleaning, or architecture. It comes from the soul of those who live there. You, without realizing it, have transformed your home into a temple, a refuge, a place consecrated by silence, prayers, and conscious choices. You don't just live there. You sustain a frequency, and it is perceived by everyone who crosses that door. There is a peace here, they say, and you just smile because you know it wasn't intentional. But it was real. The presence was cultivated, and now it manifests. These 7 manifestations, the animals, the plants, the lights, the objects, the energy, the peace, are not isolated phenomena. They are parts of a revelation, a confirmation. Heaven doesn't need to shout. It simply makes itself known to those awake enough to recognize it. You have been recognized. Now what will you do with it? You can no longer pretend you didn't see, nor can you call it coincidence what was clearly a call. The answers were everywhere. In the wings beating near the window, in the cactus that bloomed out of nowhere, in the light that vibrated during your prayer. And now you know, it wasn't coincidence. It was communication. And you understood. So declare it. Don't keep it only in your mind. Write it down. Affirm it. Confirm it. A chosen one lives here. Do it for yourself. For everything you have felt. For everything your home has already shown. For everything that is yet to come. Rise up. Declare it. Confirm it. Because those who carry light don't just transform themselves. They transform the place where they live. And that place is no longer just a home. It is consecrated territory. It is the dwelling of a chosen one.